host country Switzerland is in Basel with Zoë Më and Voyage at Eurovision 2025. But will she be voyaging up for the trophy, just like Nemo did last year? Let's review Eurovision. So it's Zoë Më who has the honour of representing Switzerland at this year's Eurovision Song Contest. She's the first woman to sing for Switzerland in quite some time, since 2018. She's doing it on home territory. She's from Basel. She's there in her hometown singing it. The song is a complete gear shift from last year's quite over the top genre bending code. It was an outstanding entry last year. What do we think of it this year? We'll find out in just a second. Let's have a little listen to Voyage first of all.
Si tu veux, je pars avec toi pour faire un voyage, voyage, faire un voyage avec toi.
So, do you think she'll be voyaging up the leaderboard, Emily?
I think it's very possible. I mean, this entry, it's a ballad. It's kind of very soft. It very much reminds me of Bulgaria's entry with Victoria a couple of years ago. It's got that almost kind of like Billie Eilish, like real softness to the vocals, and I think it's a really nice listen. I think it's complete jury bait. I think juries will really love it, and I think it's quite refreshing to see a country that's hosting sending kind of such a strong entry. Actually, because obviously people are just going, oh God, we can't possibly host again next year, so we're going to really kind of and people countries don't tend to like make the most of the fact that they'll be automatically in the final if they're hosting. Whereas it's nice to see that Switzerland's kind of, not having to worry about getting into the final, so they feel like they can send something a bit different and unique. So yeah, I think it's a pretty strong entry.
It's very interesting that you made the Victoria Bulgaria comparison because I'd not thought of it, and you're very, very right. It's very much of that quite ethereal, melancholy. It's very, very soft. And actually, your word soft is completely right with this. It's it's almost too soft for its own good, I fear. And when I first listened to it, and I keep banging on this channel about first listen because it does matter. It's how most people engage with these songs. My first impression was, well, Switzerland don't want to win again, but it has grown on me. But it almost my moods towards it depends on the day. There are some days where I think actually that's really lovely and it's soft and it kind of washes over you in a very it's quite there's something quite calming about it, despite its not quite calming subject matter. But then there are other days where after about the first minute, I get really quite bored of it, and it kind of it's nice. If you were to do it as a graph, it's nice, and then it kind of plateaus. And when your bridge is repeating "faire un voyage" about 8 times, by that point, normally I've switched off. I'm like, okay, I get the gist with this. And because of the softness, I think there's not a huge amount of power in the vocal that I think juries. I don't think this is a jury winner. It's top five, but I think in the softness of it all, there's not a huge amount of power that the juries will completely swoon for and think it's brilliant. So I think it's lovely, but for me, it's quite clear Switzerland don't want to win this again. But good honor though to be from Basel, to be representing your home country in your hometown. It's going to be a fantastic experience for her. But actually, funnily enough, I think the song, when I listen to it, when I watch it with the music video, I get it more than when I listen to it, which is a bit odd. I get the vision when I watch it.
It's more of a performance song than it is a kind of like listening experience. You need
Yeah,
something visual to go with it.
yeah, I agree with that. I think it is. You just kind of, yeah, I find it much more. Yeah, it creates a bit more of an atmosphere when I watch it than when I listen to it. Even though those promotional shots of her where she kind of looks like a Dickensian widow, like I don't know what that aesthetic choice is about because she's 24. I'm not saying she should dress like a 24-year-old, but she dresses like a widow, something from an Emily Bronte book. Like hopefully she doesn't do that on the stage. It's quite unfortunate. But in any case, she doesn't need to worry about qualifying because she's sailing through as an automatic qualifier as the host country. And they've already drawn their running order position. We know Switzerland will be going 19th. So it's a very, very good space in the running order, drawn entirely randomly, of course. I'm not speculating any underhandness there. What do we think this is going to do in the final? Do you think we could be staying in Switzerland next year? I want you.
I don't. Oh, yeah, of course, the score. I don't think we'll be staying in Switzerland next year, but I do think it could do fairly well. Can't quite imagine it being top, like, I think it's top 10, probably. I don't think it's kind of any higher than top five, really. Um, so yeah, for me, it's a 7.5. So very nice.
Very nice indeed. Yeah, I agree. I think it will. It will. It's a top 10 material, and the host rarely does brilliantly. So I think a top 10 for a host country would be a great one, a great result for them. It's just not as. Yeah, it'll probably come top five with the juries, but the televote won't do anything enormous with it. I don't think, despite the running order. And if it's got really flashy songs on both sides of it, I think it might get sunk quite quickly. I'm going to give it a 7 because it is nice, but it's again my when I enjoy it, I really enjoy it. But then there are days when I'm just listening to it and I'm like, no, this isn't working. It's repetitive. It's boring. It's too soft. So I think I'm going to kind of settle somewhere in the middle on a 7. That's what we think. Do let us know what you think. The comments are open, and you can like and subscribe. When you do subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get notified every single time we upload new content, which we've got about 8, 9, 10-ish reviews left. So you've got plenty to stick around for. And also watch all the previous ones we've been doing as well. See how Switzerland's 14.5 compares to our other entries as well. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.